Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, everybody. Alpha Catfish starting from the pole from Bastian Tan and Casanova Cornwall. Dav Sanchez is 4th from Takeyoshi Nishimoto and Magic, and starting 7th is Star in the 6th car.
Don't make jokes about it.
Fernandez is 8th from Zach Sheeden and Guillermo Perez. Then it's Moncloud 9 and Alex Tavia at the top 12 from Reina Cirulis and Kushma 3rd in 14th. Teammate Escado Copter starts 15th from Anot Q and Mario Kloske. Then it's Dominic Vancelau, Davy Circularo, Joshua Spence, and Silky. Then it's the back 3 of Tommy Yu, Victor Levi, and Arnold Yu. We're back at the Brickyard for the 5th round of the ERL IndyCar Series. All 5 legs go on with Catfish on pole. And we are underway. Poor start there from Casanova Cornwall off the line, but a worse start from Magic starting 6th. Bastian Tan trying to get alongside with the 2 of Awful Catfish, who got off to a stormer of a start as they come through turn number 1. The inside line belongs to the 22, who we ride on board with. Bastian looking for the lead in the 5th round at the Brickyard of all places. He'll get it done coming out of turn 2. Bastian Tan leads us on the opening lap from Takeyoshi Nishimoto, and Dav Sanchez a 5-second time penalty for Davy Circularo after causing a collision. And I think Catfish isn't done with that fight for the lead in that 2 car. Almost tags with the rear wheel, and they do touch. Catfish, after almost taking the lead, gets a 5-second time penalty and will have to settle the second as Magic flies up into 2nd position. They're also close together. Kushma 3rd with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. As we head on to the main straight, it's Bastian Tan from the rest of the field because they are separated by less than a hair. Here comes Nishimoto, looking for the pass on the Team Menard number 91. I don't know what magic the man can do to hold on to 2nd place, but it just doesn't look like he's got enough. Nishimoto up into 2nd place, and the points leader that the Japanese driver is fighting against, Dav Sanchez, is down in 9th place for Hyperdrive Racing. Really not enjoying this track so far today as they fly down into the chicane. How close do they want to get? They're going to get very close at the very least as they round out of the chicane. The cautions come out, and it's for Victor Levi and for Silky, and it looks like Dominic Vancelau was involved in that 9 car. Cautions out on lap 2 of 15. And that could be a little bit of talking going on between the 91 and the 18 crews. Who was in front at the moment of caution? I think it would have been Nishimoto, as they've arranged themselves. On to lap 3. This is gonna get quite hectic, guys. The fastest track on the calendar when it comes to the 500 at the end of the season. We're gonna have slower cars just to have the entire field a lot more bunched together. And as Catfish moves up into 3rd place, that 500 at the end of the season as well will be a longer race, which should keep the field packed closer together as well. Bastian swarmed by the pack as that's Perez running into the back of new race leader Takeyoshi Nishimoto. The caution's coming out, and that is one of the hyperdrives. It's carnage going down the straight. Cautions come out, and it's for Casanova Cornwall. Both hyperdrives involved. It's Catfish and Sanchez as well. Bastian Tan involved. Omni shambles heading down the back stretch. Front wing damage for the championship leader. His teammate drops to the very back of the pack. Took him a while to get out of the wall. And as the cautions are ending, I have not seen something on that scale in quite some time. Perez comes into the pits from the race lead. Star in the number 6 car started this race in 7th, now finds himself leading the race and in a serious conversation of winning it. But there goes the 18, winner last time out, now leads us here at the Brickyard. This is unbelievable as Moncloud 9 gets alongside with former race leader Bastian Tan and Carlos Fernandez taking 3rd position, and they're still so bunched together. Look at Magic, really nip and tuck with the 15 of Mario Kloske. Oh my goodness me, and more carnage! It's Nishimoto at the head of the pack in the wall at the chicane with Star. The race leaders have taken themselves out. Unbelievable scenes in the opening laps here at the Brickyard. With 11 laps to go. Already we have 5 cars out. This is gonna flip the entire race on its head. Surely as we go green again. In come the top 3. Top 5 even. Probably even more cars diving down into the pits. Again, more carnage as everyone decides whether or not they want to dive down into pit lane. Joshua Spence from the Isle of Man. With 10 to go, he leads this race. From Rainer Cerulis and Ascotto Copter. Then it's the U brothers, Arnold and Enoch. Or Enoch. I'm sorry, I still don't actually know how to properly pronounce this name. Yeah, I've been trying to say it for the past 2 years, but it doesn't matter. Catfish is 6th, and the top 6 are all yet to make their first stop of the race. So that means your net race leader is Rookie of the Year in the 5th season of the Champ Car World Series, Guillermo Perez. In the 3 car, the T-Mobile Team Menard. Daf Sanchez is actually looking to try and stage a bit of a comeback here, up to a net 3rd place as it stands, as they fly through the chicane. I'm gonna lose so much air in my lungs today, as Kloske attempts to go 3 wide and succeeds in doing so to take 15th place against Moncloud 9 and Tommy Yu. Rainer Cerulis, your new race leader from Latvia. Guillermo Perez up in 3rd place, setting a new fastest lap. 3 seconds up on the rest of the pack. 5 seconds now in front of countryman Carlos Fernandez, who is gonna need the entire pack pushing him forwards to catch up to the man in the 3 car. Otherwise, there is no other way that he'll realistically be able to try and chase after the race lead here. Daf Sanchez might be that motivation, because you can see Guillermo right in front. On board we go with the 72. Coming through that chicane, where we've already seen a quota-reaching amount of carnage today. Cerulis and Enoch diving down into the pits, and through all of the carnage of the earlier laps, I've neglected to mention the benefits of doing the undercut. The free air that you get by undercutting the field is perfect. That's contact for Fernandez and Kvyat. Just about keeping it out of the wall. Tagging wheels, and I think Moncloud 9 backwards facing on the main straight. That's on his own. In that 12 car, might have been a bit of a touch with another driver, but he's the man who's been gifted the 5-second time penalty. Might have been coming out of the pits, and it was with the 16 of Rainer Cerulis, who now gets past Ascotto Copter. 1.8 seconds, the margin out in front. For Carlos Fernandez, that is definitely achievable if he can just use some more battery. Fastest second sector goes to Rainer Cerulis. Guillermo Perez has so much more electrical deploy to use. As Daf Sanchez comes in after half race distance, Kvyat goes for the pass and will make it. And in fact, closing down on Guillermo Perez at a rate of knots for a moment there. He's 1.3 seconds down on the lead. Fernandez claps back at him and will take second place away, and they've caught him. They've caught up and overtaken Guillermo Perez for the race lead. Carlos Fernandez leads us on lap 8, but the 3 reclaims it. Contacts between Fernandez and Kvyat there, on board with the 14, coming out of the chicane. Look at Fernandez go alongside with his countrymen, and they're in the wall. The Spaniards have collided. Alex Kvyat takes the lead. They were so close throughout the entirety of the second half of that lap. It was only ever gonna happen. as it did. Alex Kvyat leads us to lap 9 of 15 under caution in his rookie season, his 5th ERL start for AJ Foyt Racing. And he's looking at a win. Perez comes in, he's got a time penalty, he has front wing damage which will be fixed up immediately. I have never seen anything like that before in my life. That is seriously unbelievable as we go on board with the 52 of Ascotto Copter. Chasing down Magic as Vansilal gets a 5-second time penalty further back. Nothing else of note has come out of that. No caution, of course, so we won't look at that. As Ascotto getting close. Cautions in the opening sector, and that's involving Daf Sanchez. It looked like it was a bit of a tap there with Guillermo Perez. As Magic gets past Reina Cerulis and Ascotto Copter. Again, it is impossible to stay in front of someone for a prolonged period of time today. 5 to go from the Brickyard. Kloske getting a time penalty, contact with the points leader. Just a note, both of the Carlin Buzz cars out of this race. So the battle for second in the points well and truly is on. The only man in the top 3 in points who was in the points was Awful Catfish, but he's dropped down to 11th again. So the championship picture today is going to be turned on its head, and Perez involved. That's Sanchez out of the race. Daf Sanchez, championship leader, won 2 races so far this season, is out on lap 10. Things will drastically change in the title picture. Alex Kvyat came into this race as one of the best rookies all season. In fact, no, outright the best rookie all season so far. Driving that AJ Foyt car to a position where most people would say it doesn't deserve to be. But you know what? In the hands of that plucky Ukrainian driver, I think it deserves to be wherever he puts it. And if it's going to be at the front, then that's where it needs to be. 4 to go. Reina Cerulis for Panther Racing leads the pack. And RQ up in second, teaching family member Arnold some things as he now runs up in third. And this is the moment where now we're seeing these hard tire guys potentially get to the end of this race with the tires that they're on. We expect Cerulis to be able to. We expect Vansilal to do it. But for Arnold Yu and for Kush Mathur, they probably need to come in again. Alex Kvyat came out behind Matteo Kloske, 21 seconds off of the race lead, but he's closing in on the other Panther Racing car already. This is something that we're likely not going to see replicated for quite some time. But look at the tires that Magic and Kvyat are on. Mediums versus softs as Cerulis comes in and RQ's in. Arnold's come in as well, so surely, yes, Kush Mathur comes in. 3 to go from here. Zach Sheeden will lead us to lap 12 with Matteo Kloske and Alex Kvyat behind. That's the Maya Shank there, dueling away with Ascotto Copter, as that was Reina Cerulis coming out of the pits. You're going to see none of the guys that you expect to see in the title picture, aside from Magic, up in the top 5 today. That is the chaos of the Electric Racing League, as that's contact there for Vansilal and Joshua Spence. And Kloske is trying to close up to Zach Sheeden here, but I don't think that he's got enough pace left in those softs. I think we could see something very similar come the final few laps of this race if Magic can't turn the wick up any further. Cerulis, however, is flying in that number 16 car. We're gonna see a first-time race winner in this IndyCar series, no matter who takes the checkered flag as we go on to lap 13. Kvyat has moved up into second. Kloske gets right back past him and will take the lead coming through turn number 1. Zach Sheeden in the 83 looks to try and close up again, but he's going to have to be very wary of that orange and black AJ Foyt car behind him. Alex Kvyat made his first start at the start of the season. Impressed a lot during testing, and now sees not just a first podium, but a first win on the cards as well. If he can just clear Sheeden and Kloske, it'd be his. For Zach Sheeden, it'd be his first race win in the ERL as well. Also a rookie, also impressed a lot during testing. And for Mario Kloske, while he's not a rookie, he's still looking for some form of validation. On to the current lap, 1 lap to go. Please subscribe to current lap, by the way. We're not on that white flag lap. Sorry guys, this is the penultimate lap as the 15 does take the lead, but he's got Kvyat right behind him in tow. They don't touch as they come through too. Alex Kvyat takes the lead in Indy. Magic moves up into third, the magic man that he is. The 15 wants to take the lead at the very least. His softs aren't looking too good though. Surely he's gonna have to come in. And as they come through, that's a Scotocopter and Rainer Cerulis, both in the wall down at the chicane. Realistically, Kloske is not in the fight for the lead. His tires can't make it. He's got that time penalty. Magic will fly by him as they head down the main straight for the penultimate time all day into the wall there for a Scotto. Once again, a 10-second time penalty now. That seemed like more contact with Cerulis. With a buffer to Magic that's rapidly closing. There goes the 91! Magic takes the lead! Coming out of turn 1! What does Kvyat have to say to that? Going down the backstretch in one of the maddest ERL races that I've had the pleasure of commentating over. Alex Kvyat is denied a maiden race win as we've got yellows down in the second sector. And who better to take the win than the man who took the first ever FG Series race win? Magic, the team Menard, works the magic at the Brickyard and will take victory in round 5. Unbelievable! And a caution comes out. It's for Arnold Yu and for Davi Circurera. Unbelievable finish to this race. Truly unbelievable. I don't think you could say another word that could describe this Indy race. My oh my, congratulations Magic for Kvyat. That's a new career best finish in second, but he knew for a fact had he just had a little more push to pass to use, that could have been the win. It means that Team Menard will be sandwiching the entire finishing order from 1st to 15th, encapsulated by the 2 Spaniards driving for Team Menard. One of the greatest final laps of all time in the ERL. It really makes you think back to some of the title deciders that we've held here. Maybe even to the season 14 race in Formula E at Marrakesh, where Sebastian Ocampo took home the race win by mere inches. But I don't think you could name a race that had this much high-octane action from start to finish. Never a dull moment at the Brickyard as Magic has taken the win from Alex Kvyat and Mario Kloske. And the rest of the finishing order will be on the other side. Here is the official finishing order from today's race here in Indianapolis. Magic taking home the win from Kvyat and Kloske. Then it's Joshua Spence and Zach Sheeden from Vastian 10 and Rainer Cerulis. And RQ comes home with his first points finish of the season from Kushmather and Awful Catfish, your top 10. Outside of it was Dominic Vancelau, Tommy Yu, and a Scotocopter from Moncloud 9 and Guillermo Perez, with everyone else unable to see the checkered flag. Honestly, that was quite the rally to the front of the pack from Spain's Magic, and that helps him in the title conversation, especially seeing as the top 3 in points combined were unable to score more than 2 points. Steph Sanchez still at the head of the championship from Takeyoshi Nishimoto and Awful Catfish, but he's now tied with Alex Kvyat with Magic hot on his heels. Joshua Spence is 6th from Star and Zach Sheeden. Then it's Mario Kloske, Casanova Cornwell, Rainer Cerulis, and Silky in 12th from Guillermo Perez. Bastian 10. Dominic Vancelau, Arnold Yu, Vancelau's teammate Tommy Yu, Davy Sir Carrera, Moncloud 9, Victor Levi, Enoch Q, the X44 duo of Mathurin Copter and Carlos Fernandez, who despite having a very quick car underneath them, has just not been able to finish any race so far this season in the points. He's got 3 DNFs to his name. That's the same as Enoch Q all season long. So then, looking to the Constructors' Championship, and it is Hyperdrive Advanced at the top of the pylon still, despite only scoring 3 points in the past 2 rounds. That's how good their start was. AJ Foyt Racing is 2nd from Team Menard and Carlin Buzz, then it's Team Forsyth. Junior Motorsports, not Power Motorsport, it's Panther Racing in 7th from Goodhart Racing, Martin Shank Racing, and Ed Carpenter Racing. 11th place is Power Motorsport, and X44 Racing round out the 12 teams. Well, it looks like Hyperdrive Racing sliding down the order after the past 2 rounds. We'll see you guys next time then for some Champ Car action when the ERL returns.